All right, everybody. Today we're doing a spreadsheet called SAT Scores. Here is the spreadsheet, and here's how it starts. And then here's what it's supposed to look like when we're done. Okay, so there's an example. Minimize that. And here are the directions. All right. So the following activity illustrates how spreadsheets can be used by school personnel to list students and their respective critical reading, math, and writing SAT scores. You will compute the total, average, maximum, which is the highest, minimum, and lowest scores, and sort the total scores. Okay? All right, so we're just going to follow the instructions here. We're going to open the spreadsheet. We're going to save this. We're not going to worry about saving the spreadsheet. We're going to bold A5. So we're going to bold A5, and then we're going to bold rows 7 and 8, the entire row. So we're going to click on 7, we're going to hold down the control button, we're going to click on 8, and we're going to bold it, just like that. Okay, and then we're going to underline row 8. We're going to format the width of column A and B to 20. A and B. Remember, we go over here to format and column width, and we change that to 20. And then we are going to format the width of column C through F to 12. Oh, we have to left align column 20 as well. So it's already left aligned. So the rest of them, C through F to 12. So C, D, E, and F. And we want to format that to 12. Okay. And center align the entire column. Okay, and then, in cell F9, we're going to enter a formula to add the critical reading, math, and writing scores for Lisa Hom. All right, so watch. Okay, so what we want Excel to do for us, we want Excel to add these numbers together. Okay, so there's a couple ways to do this. This is the formula bar. We can write the formula in here, okay? Or we could go up here to the formula button, and since we know we want to add, or when we talk about adding, that's sum in Excel. Okay, so there you go. Now look, notice how when I did that, Excel goes ahead and thinks for you. It's okay. Well, he's wanting to do an addition in this cell. He's probably wanting to add these numbers together, and if that's right, which it is, then we're just going to click away from that, and we're going to hit enter. So we're going to go sum, and there we go. And all you have to do is hit enter. Don't do any of that crazy stuff that I just did. So you just hit sum and enter, and it just adds that together. Now watch this. This is pretty cool. Okay, because the next step is going to be use the autofill to copy the feature to quickly calculate the totals for the remaining cells. So I want the total for all the rest of these guys. So all I have to do is go over here to the bottom right hand corner until I get the little plus and drag it down until I get to the end, and watch what happens. Poof, magic. Okay. It went ahead and just copied that formula. Look at this formula. It says equals sum, which is adding, C9, C9, then the colon means through. Okay? If we could do C9 plus D9 plus E9. But in Excel, it makes it simple. C9 colon E9, and that just means we're going to add all the columns that go through there. Okay? So there you go. Okay, so we're on 10. We're going to select A9 to F42 and do a custom sort to alphabetize students by their last name in ascending order. Use the last column. Okay, so A9 to F42. A9, F42. And now I want to do a sort. We know how to do this. We've done this before. So I want to do a custom sort, and I want to do this by last name, and I want it A to Z. Okay? And now, let's see, we want to compute the average, maximum, and minimum formulas for column C, critical reading, as follows. So we want to enter a formula to find the average score of the students on the critical reading portion of the test. So we're going to click on C46 and click the down arrow next to the auto sum button. I'll show you that in just a second, and select average. Okay, so let's see if Excel picks the right boxes for us. Okay, so what we want, we're dealing with this critical reading, right? And we want the average, right? The average is adding all these numbers together and then dividing by the number of numbers in the data set, right? Well, with Excel, we can do that pretty easily. Now let's see if we have to go up here and choose these. So we're going to go here, and this time we're going to choose average. Okay, so you can see how Excel chose the right number. So all I have to do is hit enter, and there's my average. Now notice how I've got a boatload of decimals there. That's okay. We'll deal with that later. So now I want to know the average of all of these. I want to know the average of math, writing, and the total. So again, I'm just going to get my little plus mark there, and I'm going to drag it over this way. And that's going to go ahead and give me the average for all of these. Okay, pretty cool, right? Okay, so now I'm going to, that's what I did in step B, autofill the average in cells C46 across D, E, and F. That's what I just did a minute ago. Okay, now we want to enter a formula to find the highest score received on the critical reading portion of the test. Okay, so what I want Excel to do is I want to find, of the numbers in here, I want Excel to find the largest number and put that in here. Okay, so I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go up here, and I want maximum. Now, notice how Excel did not choose the set that I need, right? So I need to choose it for, I need to tell, okay, no, I want these numbers. Okay, I want these numbers. So when I do that, now that I've chosen the right numbers, now I can hit enter, and it chose the right number for me, the highest number. Okay, you see that? Let me do that again. No, you can rewind it. All right, so again, we're going to just drag that over, and there's the highest number. So you can probably figure out what we have to do. Now we're going to find the lowest number in the data set. So I'm going to click on C48, and I'm going to go up here, and now I want the minimum. Now again, see, it did not choose the right numbers. I've got to go up here and tell Excel, no, I want these numbers here. So I'm going to go ahead and choose those numbers. I'm going to go back down, and then I'm just going to hit enter, and there's the lowest number. Okay, so now I'm just going to drag that over, and now I have my average, maximum, and minimum numbers. All right, let's see where we are with the directions. Okay, so we did the maximum, we did the minimum, and we auto-filled across, and we did the lowest, and we auto, so we're at number 12. Okay, now it says format cells C46 to 48 as numbers displaying 0 decimal places. That's home tab number section. So C46 to C48. So what I want here is I want these numbers and I want 0 decimals. What I'm trying to do is get rid of all this craziness with the decimals here. So I'm going to go to the home key, and I want to decrease decimal. So that there are no decimals. Okay, see there? So now there are no decimals there in those boxes. Okay, and let's see. Okay, now select cells A9 to A42. We want to do another custom sort to arrange the students from highest total score to lowest total score. Okay, so we're going to use the total column this time, and we want to do largest to smallest. So A9 to F42. We're going to go A9 to F42. And we're going to do a custom sort, except this time we want to choose total. And we want, what did it say, largest to smallest. Not smallest to largest, we want largest to smallest. And we're going to click OK. Okay, so there we go. Now we have the highest scores at the top and the lowest scores at the bottom. Okay, so pretty powerful. All right, and then we're going to do check for errors. We're going to change the page setup. So we want to scale this to fit on one page. So File, Print, Scaling, and Fit to one page. Let's try it. So File, Print, and we want Scaling right here, and we want it to fit sheet on one page. Okay, we want to fit sheet on one page. And then we want to set page to print grid lines. So we'll go back and we want to look at page layout and we want to view the grid lines. Okay. And set the page to horizontal and vertically center, and I think that's the end of it. So remember, margins, custom margins, and horizontal and vertical center. And we're not going to change the orientation. Okay, it says rename sheet 1 to SAT and change the tab color to orange. Okay. Alright, so we're going to rename this sheet. So we're going to right click and we're going to rename that sheet to SAT. SAT. Did it say SAT scores? Nope. And change the tab color to orange. So again, we're going to right click and we're going to change the tab color to orange or whatever color you want. Knock yourself out. And then we're just going to delete these ones. And then you're going to save it and turn it in. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. Hopefully you were able to get that. You can rewind it if you need to. There you go.